Hello my lovelies, so this is Lizzie from Love from Lizzie, and today, Thursday the 14th of October, somewhat later than initially scheduled, I'm bringing you the October super kit. Now this had hoped to be the September super kit, but because of some of the restrictions that we've had here with needs for isolation and workforce, we pushed the super kit to October. It is now October, but then of course we had manufacturing issues, so we couldn't get the kit released when we wanted to. However, today it has turned up and we've been working away like mad to get the kit together, get the release together, and we're all good to go. So we now have the October super kit. They are available in the store now while stocks last. As always with the kits, they do tend to sell out, and it is on a first come first served basis. They're not something that we can restock because we're quite a small company. As all the dates are completely off the wall this month, I am releasing today on the 14th. Add-on orders, if you're a subscriber, will be cut off on the 18th at 9 AM British summertime. I believe we're still on British summertime. It's been one of those days. And we will start shipping from Tuesday the 19th, Tuesday of next week. We will turn these around as quickly as humanly possible to get them out to you. I just want to shout out a special thank you to the members of the Love from Lizzie Facebook group, because that's where I tend to do most of my updating, because I'm able to jump in and do a live video here and there, and I get to interact with everyone, which is great, and I get to see the cards that get made with the kits. And I've been very honest and very brutal and you know, a little upset at times with how late everything is, and I've had nothing but kindness. So very, very grateful if you're a member in there. It's certainly helped me through this challenging time. Anyhow, you're here to see the super kit, so I am not going to hold you off any longer. You've waited long enough. This is the October Love from Lizzie super kit, the Enchanted Wood. So it's all in one bag because everything is super packaged inside, rather than having an embellishment bag as well. I'm just going to pull out all the bits and pieces, and we'll start off with the cardstock to get an idea of the colour, and then I'll run through all the extras that are in the kit. So if you're a subscriber, you will have had your invoice for this kit now. And there's nothing else you need to do. If you don't want any add-ons, your kit will just come out to you. And as I say, we're starting on Tuesday, and we are working as hard and for as many hours as possible to get them all shipped out as quickly as we can. Now, it's a super kit. So instead of 5 sheets of cardstock that we usually offer, this month there are 7. And we've got some brand new colours as well, so I really hope you enjoy. So we've got the alcohol marker friendly white cardstock. That's always in there because there are stamps in the kit, so I will always make sure there is some stamping friendly cardstock. There is a really beautiful, this is like a sky blue colour. It's got warmth to it whilst being blue, I suppose is the best way to describe. This is a really beautiful sort of maroon red. It's really very warm. Obviously we have the white, we have an orange to sit with, you know, the autumnal times, and we have this green, and it is very emerald. It's really, really, again, it's almost quite bluey, but very, very, very pretty. And then we have this brown. Now, brown cardstock, I don't know about anybody else, but I really struggle to find brown cardstock that I like, and this is such a lovely colour. It's almost like the colour of a deer, I suppose. And then we've got this lovely blue here, which is sort of like an ocean blue. It's not particularly green, it's almost like a grey blue. So they are all cut to 8.5 by 11, so they can be split either way to make an A2 card base. And as I say, there's lots in there. I know a lot of people like to switch out the coloured cardstock and bring in their own white or their own card bases that they've already got cut, so that they can use this for matting and layering, or Versamark stamping on, because these do lend particularly well. They're nice porous materials. So we have cardstock, we have Pielos. They are the pinstripe, they are ocean blue, and they have a gold overlay. So What that translates to is along each of the edges of the peel off there is this really nice gold little shimmer, because this month there is a lot of shine to what we've put together for you. So pinstripes in the ocean blue. Let's go patterned paper. So as is a super kit, this month's paper pack has got 24 sheets. They are single-sided, so you don't have to choose between which pattern you like and don't like. And I'm going to run through them super quick so that you get an idea. But these are all smooth finish. These appear as though they've got glitter on, but they don't, and they have like a smattering, and they're in these really nice sort of warm, there's pinks, maroons, blues, and there's a lot of golds. This almost looks like mirror gold, some of these leaves, but again, they're not. This has got like an iridescent sort of appearance to it with lots of pinks and mink colours, lots of maple leaves. We've got this, and these mushrooms look like they're gold and they're shiny, but it is just printed that way. And here we have this really cute teapot with fairies and bears, so you're probably starting to get a bit of an idea now of what the rest of the kit's going to look like. Then we have foxes and snails, bear drinking tea naturally. It could be coffee, I suppose. And then similar with the pale pink to the blue. And then this again looks like glitter, really very, very pretty. Lots and lots of leaves and autumnal themes, but not the traditional autumnal colours. There is the orange with the foxes, but there's a lot of pinks and blues and sort of these soft brown tones. And you've got some nice geometrics here, so you've got a really good blend of like really busy icons, backgrounds, and then sort of quite soft papers as well. Here are the teapots, bears and fairies over orange. We've got some more of the mushrooms. I do really, really love these mushrooms. We have lots of different fairies here. And then we have some of the florals, which are always handy, because if you want to move completely away from the fairies from like the pattern papers, you can with the leaves and the geometrics. It's really quite easy to keep the fairies away if you're wanting to make a masculine card. I think this kit would lend itself very well with the colours in it. And then we've got a nice brown stripe with some fairies over sort of like a teapot town. And then we have the fairies, and then obviously the front cover sheets. And I've actually seen people using this. They've created a panel to sit on top and use the outer edge because they all coordinate. So that's all the patterned paper. I am now going to move into the stamps. Now, because it's a super kit, it's a very big stamp set. So it's a, instead of the standard size, which is half of this, you're actually getting 6 by 8 stamp set. And on here you've got this really super cute little fairy with her hair all being windswept. And then you've got some starry sort of backgrounds. Now this one is a really good organic background, and this one almost could act like a little trail of fairy dust coming from her. And then you've got some stars and some twinkles as individuals, and the sentiments read, "You make the world more magical. Autumn wishes and fairy kisses. You leave a little sparkle wherever you go, and thank you very much." So they're the stamps, and then the dies, you have the coordinating die for the fairy, and then for each of the sentiments there is also a coordinating die. So no need to fussy cut if you don't want to. And just to give you an idea, I received the stamp set a little while ago, so I was able to make. And I made a card, and this is obviously completely out of the colour palettes of the kit. It's nice to see stamps sometimes being used in a different way. So I used lilac, I used an oxide ink to blend a background, and then I stamped and used rainbow wishes. I'm not quite sure if the camera's going to show the sparkle behind the fairy, but I used this big stamp here. I stamped her in some Gina K ink because it's alcohol marker friendly. I used some Copic markers over her hairdress and the wings, and then some Nouveau drops on the little star, and then I used a glitter pen over the wings and used the sentiment, "You leave a little sparkle wherever you go." So very simple card, didn't take very long to make and put together, but very, very easy, and that was just using the stamps. I didn't even have the dies at that point, I fussy cut her out. So right, Moving on, we also have the sequin mix, the Enchanted Wood sequin mix. And in here there's like pale blues, pale pinks, there's like a vanilla colour, a very dark navy and a very dark brown, and then like a mink pink as well. But lots of different shapes and sizes, flat and cupped sequins, and that's a sample size bag that you get there. Then we have some really cute little gems, and you've got gold, white iridescent, brown, and this is sort of like an orangey gold. It very much matches my jumper. Really nice true blue, emerald green, and then a nice little soft pink on the end there. Then we have enamel dots and ribbons, and again these coordinate with one another, so they're the same colour. So we've got grey, and we've got this colour here which is sort of like a forest green, which I used instead of the red, and then we've got a pink, another green which is more sort of mint green, and then an orange at the bottom. And you get a metre length of each of the 5 different colours of ribbon, and there's obviously 3 different sizes of each of the enamel dots, and both of these packets are self-adhesive. We also have these, which may be my favourite from this kit, and this is the little mushrooms. They are so adorable. They feature in the patterned paper, and they come in different sizes. There's 4 different shaped mushrooms or style mushrooms, and they come in 3 different sizes. So you get 16. You get 4 of each of the 4 designs. And last but by no means least, we have the ephemera. Now, I don't want to run through all of this with you, however, I'm going to give you a rough idea because this is an enormous pack. And there is a whole selection of different things. So we have bows, we have the little fox, we have the deer, and then we have the teapots. Now, I've put 3 of the teapots in because the teapots work really nicely with the fairies. They're all the same. This little piece just pops out here. So you've got a really pretty teapot, and you could stamp your fairy, or you could pop one of the die cut fairies. These are all really nice and substantial in size. Let's just have a quick measure. So this fairy is 3 inches across by just shy of 3 inches down, so they're not going to get lost on your card. We've got some really lovely florals, and we have all the different fairies in with all different hair colours and skin tones, and we have some more of these mushrooms. So again, this is the joy of the stamps, is that you can colour them up any which way you like, or if stamping's not really your thing, you can heat emboss them, and you can use the ephemera pieces for designing your cards for nice, quick, simple cards. But these are so pretty, and I love these colours. They're like really soft, gentle tones. And I went for some really big florals this time. I do like to include florals in the ephemera pack, and I often make them quite small. But this, you know, you could stamp your sentiment, pop one of these on, a couple of little bits of bling, and your card is done. But this snail is super cute. So I think I'm giving you an idea of what you can expect, and these little girlies are so adorable. But the flowers, I have also done the smaller sizes as well, in case that's more your thing. And there is, of course, also the teacup, some more bows, the sort of upturned mushroom. There we go. So that is the Love from Lizi October 21 Super Card Kit. It is available in store now. The add-ons are all in there as well. I am about to release the release video, so stay tuned if you'd like to see that. Thank you very much for sticking with me till the end. I really do hope I get the opportunity to make with this kit. However, I will have my next kit releasing in about 2 weeks or so. So please join the Facebook group to keep updated. I do send out newsletters, however, I don't like inundating people with updates about my business when it's unsolicited. So if you like to keep up to date with what we're doing, please join the Facebook group, because if you want to be in there, you have to ask to be there, so I don't feel bad for constantly updating it. So here's some still shots so you can get a closer look at all of the products, and until next time, happy paper crafting. Bye!